اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليك سيدي يا رسول الله. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our salah. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. So we have reached, actually, after we talked about a little portion of the chapter of the taqdeer, the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have reached to the point number 46. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the Imam is mentioning about the two types of ilm. He said, لأن العلم علمان. We have two types of knowledge. He said, علم في الخلق موجود وعلم في الخلق مفقود. So we have two types of knowledge. موجود means exist, present, and mafqud is absent. So the Shaykh here is talking about the ilm that we can have nowadays, which is the book of Allah and the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the other one is the ilm of ghaib, of the unseen. So he said, فَإِنْكَارُ الْعِلْمِ الْمَوْجُودِ كُفْرٌ وَادِّعَاءُ الْعِلْمِ الْمَفْقُودِ كُفْرٌ. He said, if you denied the existence ilm, which is the book of Allah and the sunnah, that is kufr. Someone denying the book of Allah. And if you claimed that you know the absent knowledge or the unseen knowledge, that's also kufr. Someone, if he knows where is, he can tell you, like, I know the location of Allah. Is that acceptable? Of course not. ولا يثبت الإيمان إلا بقبول العلم الموجود. No one can have full iman except he will accept the existence ilm, which is the book of Allah and the sunnah, وترك طلب العلم المفقود, and leave behind the unseen. What makes some people's iman to get confused, that they go too much to the absent knowledge, means the unseen knowledge, ilmul ghaib, and they try to reach to the details that Allah did not mention. So what happens to their intellectuality, to their brain? They go beyond the limit and they wither. They go to the extremist part of claiming that they know the unseen, or they go to the other side of the extremism to be atheists, to deny completely the existence of Allah. The middle course to keep your iman safe and to keep your Akeeda safe is to work on getting the present knowledge, which is the book of Allah, the one that we have already. And وَتَرْكُ طَلَبِ الْعِلْمِ الْمَفْقُودِ, and leave knowing anything about the unseen, because it is by definition, it is absent knowledge. It's unseen. That's by definition. Get what Allah had showed us by Himself in the book, but do not go beyond. Do not go more than this, because Allah did not ask you to chase that type of knowledge. وَنُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّوْحِ وَالْقَلَمِ. One of the unseen things that we believe in, but we didn't see it, it's one of the absent one. It is al-lawh wal-qalam. What's al-lawh? The tablet, the preserved tablet, the place that where the Quran was in. And that is why Allah honored the month of Ramadan. Allah honored the month of Ramadan, not because He revealed the entire Quran one shot to the Prophet ﷺ. No. The celebration of the month of Ramadan, because Allah had given the permission to the Quran to be coming from the preserved tablet to the first sky. And from that place, the first sky, Jibreel alayhi salam used to take portions after portions after portions, based on the events, based on the questions, based on some of the incidents that happened. And throughout the 23 years, He revealed the Quran to the Prophet ﷺ from where? From the first sky. So we celebrate Laylatul Qadr. For what? Because of Iqra? No, not only because of Iqra. We celebrate the Laylatul Qadr because of the Quran was taken from the preserved tablet to the first sky. The Quran was taken one shot from the preserved tablet to the first sky. So this is what we call it Al-Lawh al-Mahfuz. And why do we believe in the Lawh al-Mahfuz? Because it's mentioned in the Quran. وَنُؤْمِنُ بِالْقَلَمِ نُونَ وَالْقَلَمِ وَمَا يَسْطُرُونَ مَا أَنْتَ بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ بِمَجْنُونَ. What is Al-Qalam? This is what we call it the pen. Do we have something called the pen in our deen? Yes. And that is actually mentioned in the Quran, mentioned in the hadith of Rasulullah. We have surah named after Surah Al-Qalam, the chapter of the pen. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, أول ما خلق الله خلق القلم. The first thing that Allah had created ever, even before Adam, before the angels, before the jinn kind, before the skies, before anything, that the first thing that Allah had created ever is the pen. And Allah said to the pen, Uktub, write. So the pen said to Allah, what should I write? He said, Uktub ma kan, wa ma yakun, wa ma sawfa yakun, wa ma law lam yakun, law kana kayfa kana yakun. Write everything. What happened, what will happen, what's happening, and write what if something